So you want to go into the live action?
Choke me up.
Yeah, what's up with the live O's?
Okay, so what we were talking about in the live action, because since we got like 2 coming out this year, well 3, because Wicked came out, and then we got Lilo and Stitch come out next year, and then
Momoa.
They do got the Moana. They got the Moana coming. I didn't even know the second one dropped. They dropped a second one for it
this week.
I didn't even know that shit.
Got a 6 on IGN, so that means it's an 8.
Nah, and fuck IGN. They be all right. And
so that just means it's good.
And how I train your dragon. How to train your dragon. Not how I train your dragon. First, it was How I Met Your Dragon.
How I Met Your Dragon.
Yeah, because I never seen.
It was your best friend all along.
It was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah,
that's crazy. But no, we were just coming up with like what makes a live action good and what you can expect, what you should expect from a live action. And then we were Matt was talking about like what are some good live actions.
Oh, stunning.
And I could only think of like 2.
I know one off the top of my head.
Go for it.
Good live actions.
Yep.
What is it?
Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, boom. Boom.
Don't say boom to that, nigga.
Boom.
Yo, ain't no boom.
I'm with him. I like it.
Turn his mic off. Turn your mic off too.
He does all the work.
A turncoat.
I never disliked the Cowboy Bebop live action. I said it was all right for what they did, and I liked some of the changes they made. Okay, so let's start there. Okay, let's start at that point.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Let's start. Since we're going to go there, let's go there. I don't know. I was just trying to make a point.
I understand.
So
what makes
I don't mind changes being made in the source material as long as it works out. So one of the big changes in the Cowboy Bebop live action is making Homegirl possibly the villain of the story. We didn't get a season 2 to flesh that out. And she was kind of faking Homeboy out, I think. Are we okay with certain narrative changes like that?
With that one, no, because in the original story,
he was chasing.
She is a vocal point in the series along the lines of who the crew is, and just what the whole story is contrived of and everything. So trying to make her a villain, make another fucking story. Don't make her a villain. Do not make her a villain.
But like, I don't know. So like, I didn't mind. I don't mind certain changes in the story along the way if it suits the narrative better. Like in the new Avatar remake, Korra and Homeboy are gonna be a thing probably. Korra and not Korra. Oh, wrong season. Katara and Zuko are probably gonna be a thing. I don't mind it. Okay. Are you gonna be mad when you don't see?
Are you talking to me?
In general, I'm just saying, like, those are like changes that they're gonna be doing.
In today's day and age, I think people are gonna be mad. Just because people tie
but like
everything. They can't think outside of a
creative box
like,
aside from what's been
that
seen.
doesn't affect that doesn't really affect the story too much.
No, unless they make a season, unless they make a Korra season,
bar for bar, what they did in the animation.
Yeah,
then no, and that's also a problem because they were mad about how I Train Your Dragon doing a shot for shot remake.
Dragon,
shot for shot from the animation.
I want to date Robin.
You said what?
I want to date Robin.
Which one? The Crowbar one? He gone, folk.
No, I'm talking about Robin and How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, her. She is a bad white bitch. That's some milk.
She's Canadian. Yeah,
good milk.
I don't know. Me and the Canada ain't seeing eye to eye right now.
But I don't know. It's just I don't mind changes as long as they end up being good along the way. Like, I don't have a disdain for live action shit as much as the rest of the world does. You know, some are good, some are bad. The Disney ones are like kind of the focal point right now. Again, some are good, some are bad. I like the Aladdin one. I hated Beauty and the Beast.
I did like the Aladdin one.
Did you like how about the Lion King?
I hated the fucking Lion King.
What about the OG Beauty and the Beast live action?
I'm scared.
With Ron Perlman as the Beast.
Wait,
I don't know.
Please look that up.
You talk about Hellboy?
I'm about to say Hellboy. Sons of Anarchy.
I don't know if I want to see that.
But no, I feel you, Antonio.
I don't hate it as visual as other
Wait,
people
so when we're talking about live actions, are you talking about like adaptations of something, or like just like this thing is in a cartoon form and then we make a live action
I
version.
think we were talking about the adaptation at first, but then we kind of got onto like, because we threw One Piece in there, we threw fucking
That's really good.
we threw Avatar in there, so it was more than just
The TV show.
a
That's
remake.
fucking gross.
It was just a live action telling of
It does it. His cheekbones
story.
are still there. Yeah.
Like, you can explain One Piece a little bit more because you seen, watch, love One Piece, so both you've seen both versions.
I think One Piece is a good adaptation, but they made changes, but they didn't make changes. They made changes like because
good
it was
bits.
crucial. Like there was so much material to cover, like that. Like I think it was 8 episodes covered like 100 episodes.
I was going to
of fucking
ask
One
you,
Piece.
do they cover? So as a person who couldn't finish One Piece but really enjoyed the live action, do they cover everything, that's all the important bits in season 1?
Yeah, for the
most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Like it's really where they got to was the gathering of the group leading up to, and then the backstory behind like Nami and like that stuff.
That went on for like 20
So they-
episodes in the anime. It pissed me
Yeah,
off.
so
I was like, I'm done.
they got pretty far, but I think the key thing in an adaptation to me is maintaining the feeling of whatever you're adapting.
That's
Like,
real.
If you're not like One Piece, watching One Piece kind of felt like because of the effects and all that shit, it kind of felt like kiddish to me a little bit.
Mhm.
It reminded me of, I can't think of what this fucking show is called. Something Town. It was a kids show like called Something Town, and they were like bouncing around and shit. There was a villain that had like a little funny mustache. Lazy Town. It is Lazy Town.
Mhm.
So like, but it felt a little bit like that to me, but overall it felt the same as One Piece because the characters were the same as they were supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
And it had the same kind of like silly feeling to it.
Mhm.
Like, so it was like it matched the same feel, which is like the Attack on Titan one was the like a Attack on Titan live action movie was trash, and it was a Japanese thing, like they did it, but like it was boring, and they changed the story completely, and they like it didn't give the same feeling. Like I think we've touched on this before, I think, but like certain animes and like really anything have like a distinct like sensation that they give you.
Yeah.
Like with Attack on Titan, it feels like you're doomed, like constantly. You're doomed, and you're like fighting against that. Like,
Yeah, I agree. I get what
so
you
the-
mean.
Well, I mean,
like-
that's what same thing with Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah,
Cowboy Bebop is
We're
like
not doomed, but
Cowboy Bebop is like
Depressing
melancholic.
and, yeah, melancholic, existential dread.
Yeah,
You don't get that. I will say that I don't get that from the
kind of get like an action
from
comedy.
the I treat the live action Cowboy Bebop as a live action TV show, whereas the anime is like, this is me and my feelings, and I'm about to just sit here and watch 26 episodes of depression.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel
no.
that same way about that Yu Yu Hakusho shit that happened. But
Okay.
live action one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
Bro, you have
But
to.
I understand.
It
Like,
looked good.
You have to
That-
separate sometimes.
that is the most important thing, I think, and that's why like it also depends. It also matters like what you're drawing from, because I think that like
Mhm.
it makes it worse. Like if you go straight from a manga to a live action, there would probably be less expectation than like you're going from a manga to an anime to a live adaptation,
Yeah.
or like from a TV show or like a comic to a TV show to a live adaptation. Because like Twilight was a live adaptation of a book, but it matched the feeling of the book, like because it's a fantasy.
Yeah.
Or like 50 Shades of Grey
Scott
was
Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. Scott Pilgrim was a fucking
It's a great
phenomenal
example.
live adaptation.
Harry Pothead.
Harry Potter. Yeah. Like bro, like
read that shit. Yeah, I hear you.
I imagine Lord of the Rings because people like it. You know, so like
Oh, what the fuck? But no, go ahead. Keep
What?
on.
I'm saying I imagine that
What
it's good.
happened?
I imagine it's
Did I
good
Just
because
whole
the
Lord of the Rings, but it's okay.
I've never
Oh.
watched it.
I never
But,
watched
like,
it either.
But the franchise is
keep going, just
successful,
keep
so I
going.
imagine
So
that.
the Lord of the Rings was happening at the same time as Harry Potter when I was in high school. So I had the energy for one fucking
Long
wizarding franchise at the time, and I chose Harry fucking Potter because they were closer to my age.
Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings.
Okay, all right, we get it.
Lord of the Rings seemed more serious.
Yeah, that's. I didn't feel like being.
But
depressed.
like all of these things are adaptations. But like when you think about it,
yeah,
the most important part of it was that they captured the feeling of whatever they were adapting, and that's what's fucked. That's how they fuck shit up.
but I feel like that's also that can shoot in the foot because we have such a like Avatar is a good example of that. The Last Airbender, like people have such a fucking emotional grip on that like anything out of step is gonna trigger a fan base no matter how much
But
love
I'ma
they
play-
put into it. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much love they put into it, no matter how much energy and how much the cast cares and stuff like that, or even in comic book adaptations, you know what I'm saying? Like I would think about how people roasted Ben Affleck when he became Batman. You know what I'm saying? No matter how much energy is placed, how
But
much
that's-
love is placed.
You can't.
You know how much
You can't
the
really
emotional
judge it off that,
tangibility.
though.
Yeah,
Because
you can.
like you can't because no matter what, somebody's gonna say something. So it
yeah,
doesn't.
but no matter what, but like still, it's just sometimes we need to.
You can tell whether or not something was a good adaptation by the overall success of it, not by people bitching about it. Like it doesn't fucking matter that somebody
If
bitched
it was,
about it
but
on
what if
Twitter.
it wasn't? But what if it was good and just some folks didn't give it a chance? Marvels.
When Marvels wasn't an adaptation, but like
Comic book adaptation. It's a comic book adaptation, technically.
it's a story derived from comic books, but it's
but
not an
still about three
adaptation.
characters and
That's
being
what that's a
adapted.
derivative. That's not
It's still like
that's
it's
not
something being adapted though, and
that's
it's,
not
and
an
it's based off a
adaptation.
story about the Scroll War. So it's technically is adaptation,
But-
and people shitted on it before it even came
but
out.
that's not an adaptation. Adapted. You adapted it. You took this story and
so are
put it
you?
in
So
this.
what is considered an adaptation then?
One Piece
then the-
was an adaptation because you were telling the same story that you told in two other forms in this form.
So would you make Infinity War an adaptation?
Infinity War, the whole Marvel thing is kind of up in the air because they changed the whole story. They're telling a
But
different
it's
story.
still like the same through line to an extent. Were you about to say something, Wes?
I was gonna say the MCU is, from what I understand, is its own story.
It's
Like,
its
they
own
take
story.
elements
They
from the.
take elements,
That-
and they
but so
adapt.
much so to the point where Nick has said this in the thing, so much so to the point where they now write comics based on the MCU
Well, yeah,
rather than the opposite
that's why they
way.
keep killing off.
So
the X-Men
now the
off and
comic
on.
books are adapted from the live shit.
'Cause
But
they
like
keep killing off the X-Men. That's really who
But hold on, I want to get back onto the point. Like, just as far as live actions and us receiving it based on like the trailer and everything, do you guys think that maybe older people should like take a seat back and let the younger generation decide if they like something before y'all try to not see something?
wait, what do you mean?
Like,
What the fuck was that question?
For example, so say with this, for example, say with
Shut
this,
up, dumb nigga.
say with this how I met
pretty much what you
how
said.
I met your dragon.
I get what you're saying.
How-
I met your dragon.
How to
How
train.
what's it called? Your dragon? How whatever. Never see this
what's
shit.
it called?
Never gonna
Dragon.
never gonna see this shit. How you
Watching
know that?
Rick and Morty,
How you
boy.
know that niggas who are 11 and was the age of y'all when this shit came out? How y'all know that they not gonna like this adaptation
Oh, I agree.
more than y'all shit?
Oh, I agree.
Real quick.
Because y'all try to
I hear what
shit
you're
on
saying.
everything.
I agree.
That's
like
adapted-
sometimes,
no,
Hold on,
it's
I'm
not
sorry. I'm
made
sorry.
for you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm the dumb nigga. I don't understand the question.
Real quick. When have you ever known old motherfuckers to shut their mouths?
But we're the old motherfuckers.
I know.
That's what
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I was gonna get. I
So
was
he's
gonna say
saying,
that.
like,
I was
We're
gonna-
not the old motherfuckers because the motherfuckers you're talking about are 20 years older than us.
No, I mean, no, I'm talking about us, bro.
like
like
for instance, like the live action Disney movies or live action.
okay, yeah, like
that's-
live action
The cartoons
Dragon Ball,
were
not
made
Dragon Ball
for
Z.
us.
Oh my
Whoa,
god,
calm
I said-
down.
I mean, live action Lion.
But now they're being remade, and now the newer generation, the new kids can enjoy it. But we're like shitting on it before, and I say we as in the generation is shitting on it
I don't.
prior to that, instead of just like, hey, why don't let these kids have this? And because if we don't like it, we still have what we have.
I don't think that. I don't.
So I hear what you're saying.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that they're making the live actions for kids. I think they're making it for us.
No, but that's the thing. But I think they're kind of making it
Because
for both.
What
though.
kids like live action shit?
Yo,
Kids don't watch live action
the
shit.
kid in my house likes that live action Lion King movie. It's kids out here. My cousin likes that live action Aladdin movie. I tried to show him the other one. He not watching that shit. These movies have made billions of dollars, and it's not just off the backs of us.
You could
'Cause
probably,
if it was up to me, we wouldn't go see that shit. We wouldn't go see none of that.
why they like it more though? Because it came out when they're little. If you would have showed them the original Aladdin before that ever came out,
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because his mother has tried to show him that Aladdin. He likes this one because I like the other one because they had Robin Williams in it. This nigga like the shit because Will Smith is in it. It's two different things. And I'm not saying, oh, we automatically gotta say, bro. I'm just saying, bro, I'm not about to watch that shit. I'm not about to get online.
I personally
and say, yo, the girl was white. Why the fuck is she black in this?
I personally have never. No kids that I know prefer a live adaptation over something like
I don't know any children.
They watch like none
I
of
like that.
None of my nieces or nephews watch live action shit. They like cartoons. They're kids.
Yeah.
I will say, my one cousin niece, Audrey, she is a live action girl. She doesn't want to watch cartoons.
Also on that
try. She'll go on YouTube and watch some kids. She'd rather do that shit.
But on that part, I'm not saying your household's like this. I know that my younger cousin, his mom is like this. She is a little younger, so he was kind of raised on VCRs, DVDs, and all that other stuff. When we talk about streaming, these streamings got all these live action remakes and all this other stuff. They're not really pushing the 90s and the 80s movies that we watched, the early 2000s movies that we watch. They rather watch if it's Moana, if it's the live action Moana, they're going to see it regardless.
No, so I think the reason I said that, I think that they're not making it for them because there is always the option to update the fucking graphics of the shows and re-release it. Like, but then when they do that, they fuck it up. Like, so when they do that, they'll change the whole story. like make a whole new show with the same character.
They know what they're doing. They know whether you hate it or love it, you're going to go see it, or you're going to draw enough controversy around it that other people are going to see it and they're going to make the money that they want.
He was ass.
But I don't know how that shit made $1 billion. I don't know how that shit made $1 billion.
Because you got to think about it. You got to think about
Beyonce and
you got to think
Blue
about
Ivy.
Wait, hold on. You got to think about it.
What am I thinking about?
What do you think about, Persia?
What are we thinking about?
Now, mind you.
Okay.
We minded.
Now, mind you.
We're minded.
Wait. So you got to think about it. If it wasn't made for you, why do you know about it?
Oh.
You wouldn't know about it if it was only being promoted on Nickelodeon and Disney Channel.
You're not
you
supposed to be
wouldn't
watching that
see
shit
it.
anyway.
You want me to tell you something? And when they show the Black Panther trailer and these white folks see it and they saying, why the fuck do they have a black lead role thing with no white people in it? Why am I seeing this shit?
I've never heard that. I never heard.
And
I saw little kids dress up as little white kids dress up as Black Panther.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm not saying it's true.
But no, I'm saying. But what I'm saying is there's spillover with any kind of marketing.
Yes.
Obviously, there's going to be word of mouth and all kinds of shit. But what I'm talking about is I heard about How to Train a Dragon from you before I heard it from anyone else.
Movie marketing is bad, by the way.
But so what I'm saying is it was targeted to you when you're running ads. If you saw it as an ad, they run ads based on demographics. So it was meant for you. If you saw it, it was meant for you. If they're running it, if you see it in between TV shows as a commercial, they can target based off who's watching. Yeah, so they know who they're targeting to. So it's not even if it's also for kids, it's not just for kids because kids wouldn't know what this is.
Oh no, it's just for
they want you a part of it too. And if it's for kids too, then it's like a wide net.
I feel like those in particular, the How I Met Your Dragons.
You're making it at it.
Did I say it right? Did I say it wrong?
I like.
You fucking
I like
spill
that
over?
shit. I like that shit. It's
How
contagious.
I found. I've never seen this.
I never
I've
seen it
never
either.
seen it either.
But like, okay,
I heard
but
they make
all
money.
of those movies. So like all these fairy tale, fantasy, cartoons, that movies that are getting turned live action. I will say the marketing is nostalgia, and they're hoping that like the millennials and boom Xers who watch this as kids and young adults are taking their children to see it and starting new legacies. That's what they're hoping.
I don't think has that ever worked.
Yes.
When has that worked?
Bro, I just keep saying
Back
the
in the-
Lion King is made $1 billion before the animation made it. The live action one made $1 billion before COVID.
I will say also,
The
remember
Beauty and the
Disney.
Beast, Aladdin.
I will
Live
say
ac- the-
Disney used to do live action. Remember, not live action, but they used to do sequels to shit. Remember,
yeah.
And like
DVD
sequels to shit that came out 20 years ago.
That's what
So I think this
yeah.
is their new version of that.
I'm not
Remember,
talking about-
the
yeah.
Lion King 2 came out like
DVD
10,
Simba's
15
Pride
years
on DVD
after the first one.
because DVDs was booming.
Little Mermaid, the Little Mermaid got a sequel fucking 20 years after. I think this is their new version of that.
Yeah.
So just in a different way. So instead of making sequels to shit, this is their.
It's easier for us to remake
No,
the
I'm
story
saying-
and put it on screen.
What, Wes?
Lion King 2 came out like 6 years after.
Still a lot.
That's still on. So we need to
But
know what happened.
what
with
I'm
Simba.
saying is
As
like,
opposed to like 2 years.
They
now.
had Timon and Pumbaa TV show in the meantime between that.
yeah.
They had a
yeah.
Lion
well,
King.
yeah.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying, what I'm
Yeah, all
saying
that-
is like,
it's still like a.
these things that were like this idea, which it seems like what they're going for when they like do a remake or like like an adaptation or something, is like trying to get you.
Bait.
Yeah, like they're trying to get this person who grew up on this thing to show it to their kid, so then they like it becomes like a lifetime
Star
thing.
Wars.
But like,
They might do a retell.
but I'm
Is
thinking,
that a good version? And Star Trek.
Star Wars is the perfect example
Yeah,
because
Star
it
Wars and
came
Star
out.
Trek.
I don't think Star Trek is just as mainstream, but
No, I'm saying
I hear you.
so. Like they had the first series
They did it with Doom.
for like our parents, and then when we were born, they
We got
came
the
out with the
prequels.
next 3, and that was for the parents to show them. And now they had the next 3, and that was for like a little bit older or our generation to show our kids.
yeah, I just think about that because I'm like, there's a bunch of shit. Like, I feel like there's like probably a few examples of it working, and then there's like a bunch of examples where it does.
Muppets.
Majority of
like-
the time does not
Like
work.
we're like, bro,
Looney
even thinking
Tunes,
about
Muppets, like there's stuff
horror
here and there.
movies, like the fucking there's a movie when I was a little kid. I bet my mom
when I was a little kid.
when I was a little kid.
Niggas.
I bet my mom.
The nigga shuffle.
Like we got in an argument because like she said that her scary movies were scarier than our scary movies. She said our scary movies were just gore and their scary movies were like psychological. So we watched Halloween and
That's were better. I know that.
and this movie called When a Stranger Calls. Boy, I was up all night after watching this. I was like, I was looking out the window and shit. I was-
Okay, but
But
which
wait,
one
wait.
was scarier?
It was When a Stranger Calls did
Okay.
scare me more. But like they made a new like When a Stranger
Stranger
Calls
Calls, and
like
it's
in
not
like
that
the
scary.
early 2000s, and it was
Bruce
just
Willis calling you.
like
Bruce Willis.
it's just like whatever. But
Dennis Quaid. We don't know.
But like, so it's I feel like a lot of the time it's hard to capture like
Yeah.
it's like it's hard to do that. But I don't know. I mean, it like. But overall, though, for adaptations, I would say the most important thing, like you got to check boxes. I think I think your story, you need to try and stick to the same story as much as possible if that's what you're doing. Like if you're if you're adapting from a story, stick to the story, and then
Damn, Halo fucked it up.
and then like try to maintain the same sense, like the same feeling of the original thing, because like somebody that knows what this is should be able to watch it and be like, oh yeah, like, you know, I could see this.
Yeah.
Like this feels like
I'm
that.
trying to think of, you guys have been saying that a couple times. I'm trying to think of how I felt in my favorite live action shows, or so, because like I don't feel like when I watch the live action Avatar, while I enjoyed it, I don't feel the same way as I watch regular Avatar.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't feel the same
what
watching.
about Mean Girls, for example?
Oh, stunning.
What? Are you talking? What are you talking about?
Because he watched. He
From the play to the
Yeah.
the movie to the play.
yeah.
the
Okay.
movie to the play version. I
think I was talking about.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
I
The
thought you
adaptation
just meant
of.
like the remake of the one.
yeah, but like no, as a person who enjoys both, stunning. I'm proud of you.
Only 100 episodes. All right.
Right, 100 episodes later. Good point. Very good point. And yes, I do feel the same. I do feel like
Does it have the same feeling?
yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm like
Real quick.
fuck bitches.
How about the
I
play,
said that.
the play Wicked, and the movie Wicked?
So I've never seen. So
I had to sing songs from that.
I don't
choir.
have an attachment to Wicked
What?
My
like
bad.
that.
from Wicked.
You
I had to
play Wicked the live action. I don't have an attachment to Wicked. As a gay person, I know that's terrible.
It is.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta check boxes.
nigga. That's like
Mitch is
our.
saying no.
Yes, it is. Mitch is